Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So in this reading I'm going to share some channeled information that's come through regarding the case of Gaynor Lord. Now I've been meaning to do a reading on this case for a very long time, but I'm always guided to do a reading when it's the right time basically. So now is the time. Last night I channeled some information and then it was very interesting because I had a dream that was very vivid that showed me a few things as well that I've written here. I'm going to share with you all. So those of you who don't know, Gaynor went missing on the 8th of December 2023 and she was seen in a park. Some of you might have seen the CCTV footage of her running rather frantically through the town centre. She left work. There was no explanation. She looked like she was in a hurry. She went to, I believe, in a church for a while and then in a park, and that was it. And then a week later, on the 15th, her body was found in the River Wensum in Norwich. It's quite interesting, an article I just read. I've just read up a little bit on this case. I don't know a lot about it, but I have seen that footage that was shared. But it's quite interesting that the police in Norwich consulted the Lancashire police who looked into the Nicola Bulley case. Now, we're always given clues and signs in terms of what happens, what's said, what's not said. So there's something in that, and I do believe these two cases are linked. I don't believe she knew Nicola, that's what's come through to me. But there's something in that, you know. Why, okay, I was going to say, why did they consult the Lancashire police? I guess it's because they found her coat, I believe, in the river. But there's more to it. You know, they consulted them in terms of how do we play this one out? What information do we release? What information do we not release? That's, I believe, the reason behind that. So what came through to me last night and this morning was that Gaynor knew some information. There were secrets. Now, in my dream, I saw a ring. It's interesting the way clues come through, because obviously with psychic readings, I have mentioned this before, it's not that we just get all the information and we solve a case. We get clues, visions, signs, dreams. So the ring was a clue. Someone was putting a ring actually over me. So, you know, there was something in that. And also just heard this morning, ring of fire. Now with that I'm getting ritual as well, linked to this ring. But the ring is also a ring of people. I'm sure you can guess what type of people they are. So okay, I'm just going to stop a moment, everyone. Sorry if you see the camera cut out. It happens in these readings, the spirit comes through. And I like to just continue. Also, I'd just like to say this information I'm providing is alleged and in my opinion. So yeah, I was going to say this ring is linked to this information, I believe, that Gaynor had. Now, I also heard last night, went to meet him, urgent. That's all I got. I didn't get who, but that's why she was frantically running, I believe, on the afternoon of the 8th of December. It was very urgent, but I'm feeling, because framed came through as well, I'm feeling that there was an underlying reason in terms of why she was called to meet this person. So we've got a male, clearly. Now, is this the person she met in the church? I'm feeling there's a link to the church there. I know that she went into the church for quite some time. And then I heard, knew what was to come, discarded items around the park. So it's like she was trying to leave clues. She got out of there, but I think she had a feeling, a hunch, that something wasn't quite right. Now the last footage of her was around 4 p.m, I believe. She was walking down a road. I think she'd left the park at that time. And that's where I believe, again this is my opinion, that things were covered up slightly. Because I'm seeing two energies around her. And I've got the word abducted. So I'm getting a car that took her somewhere. Bear with me a moment, I just need to pause the camera. Yeah, there's suddenly quite a heavy energy coming through, and this is the energy that I also got in my dream last night. It was pretty heavy, and this is what I'm now feeling, because this is what basically happened in the dream. Torture, tied up. Now that is very similar to Nicola Bulley in terms of what's come through in my readings. If you haven't seen those readings, you might want to check them out. I also got that she was given chemicals, left to die. So she was left somewhere for a while and then placed in the water. Now again, this is very similar to, there are a few other readings actually that I've done that are like this. I'm not going to name them all. But it's very interesting, isn't it, the way that they do it in the same way. I mean, that's what you've got to start to piece together, I would say, to see the links. It's like they have a manual that tells them this is what you do next, then that, this, that, etc. But do they think people are stupid out there? I mean, they give away a lot. People's words and information that we get gives away a lot to us if we read between the lines. In some automatic writing, I got waited for me tree. So she was near a tree, I believe. She'd left the park, I believe it was quite near the park. And there was someone waiting for her. Again, I got uncovered a secret business ring. So this business is linked to a ring. Again, I'm sure you can decipher what type of ring that is. And then the last things I got was silence. And then I kept hearing, I won't say a word, I won't say a word. And I believe, this is very sad for me to say this, but I believe these were Gaynor's last words. I won't say a word. In terms of this secret, again, I'm getting very heavy energy come over me, which is confirming that's when she left this realm. Okay, so I hope you could all see that, by the way, because it's brightened up a little bit here this morning. But anyway, that's what came through in my channeling. I've just brightened it up a little bit actually now, because I'm going to use some cards. I've been guided to this deck this morning. These are quite mystical cards. Now I believe we've got some clues that want to be shared with us through these cards. I keep getting shivers because the Spirit is here with us. That's what it means. Do you ever feel that yourself? When you enter a place, you get shivers, goosebumps. You're probably feeling something around you at that time. I've had that before in my past, and I knew that was the case. And Gaynor came through very strongly last night. As I said, this is the way it works with me. I can only really do these readings when that happens. Of course, you can all make suggestions, but it doesn't mean I just, do like 5 readings in a row. For example, it just doesn't work that way with me, because it has to be when spirit comes through. And then with the dream, if I get a dream, that's my sign usually that it's time to do a reading. That's happened with a few other channelings. So anyway, just sharing that with you all. If you would like to see bonus true crime readings, they're available for early bird members, and you can also suggest readings as a member. Wow, well, I was guided to turn that over and we got it's a no. I wasn't really asking a question there, but you know what's coming through intuitively is this case, is it going to be solved? Because that's kind of what we're looking at here. And this person, is facing the side, but looking our way. So there's someone that knows something. I've just remembered, something else, that there are 2 energies around her that I saw, but there's another energy, and I was seeing a heart around that energy. Now that to me indicates a love interest or connection to Gaynor. So that's sort of how this came about. That person knew what Gaynor had found out. That's what I believe. Again, it's my opinion. I'm just going to pause the camera a moment actually, because I want to clarify it's a no with some tarot cards. Okay everyone, I'm back. Grabbed some cards, shuffled them while meditating, and this card came out. And I knew instantly what this meant with this it's a no. So it's not what I thought. It's so interesting, isn't it? This person, see behind, there's arches. It looks like they're in a church. This is the person, I believe, that Gaynor went to see. And with the cup, that clarifies a love interest. Cups are about emotions, love. So this is the person that said, it's a no. She will not live. Wow, that came through, channeled there. This is the person that decided it. So this is confirming, this is the person she went to see. It's someone she knew, love interest, who after that meeting, I think he kind of spoke with her, saw what she knew, read her energy. This person has gifts, psychic gifts. And then their command to those 2 energies was, no, she won't go any further. Wow, okay, so that's what we're getting with that one. Dark-haired male, could have facial hair. It's difficult to tell the age in readings because it's not always accurate. It could be a bit younger than her. But I just still keep getting this love connection there with this male. Let's just see anything else on this male here. Wow, well that one flipped over, flipped back. We're going to take that. When it does that, it's like we're kind of not meant to see. It's hidden. Yeah, so here are the 3 energies. Wow. So we've got the male there behind this and 2 other energies. Now, one of these is female and one's male. I'm getting a society coming through here as well, a secret society now, because he's got like a, looks like a shield badge on his jacket. So he's quite high up, actually, this person. And I feel that Gaynor didn't know this about this man. So it was quite a shock to her when all of this happened. It happened quite quickly. And the Three of Swords is also about an ending that then happened, that this male commanded. Okay everyone, sorry, but I just had to pause the camera there as a rather loud lorry just passed near my window and I didn't want a distraction. But it was quite interesting. I think it happened for a reason, actually. Everything does. Because it reminded me of some sounds that I heard prior to hitting the record button for this reading. And I was hearing screams at a distance, a female screaming. And it was like a blowtorch as well. It's the only way I can describe the other sound that I heard. So that links to what came through in my channeling. And that was a sign, I feel. Now, while I just had the camera paused, this card also came out. This is confirming this individual was in fact a lover. Now, I'm not saying it's her husband. I'm not here to accuse anyone, but there was definitely a romantic link between Gaynor and this person. And it's so interesting on this card that there's this string here in between them that's going up to a pentacle. And that would indicate money. A link to a business. So this male, I believe, has this business, which came out in the channeling. Not sure if you can see this, sorry, uncovered a secret business ring. And in fact, that's almost like a ring there. So that's a clue. We've also got a tree here, which came out in my channeling. So quite interesting, we've got a bit more information there. I'd like to pull another one of these cards. Okay, this one says the word to relieve anxiety. Now this is quite interesting. There's a candle and that looks like the candles you see in church. Yeah, she's holding that candle. Wow. Okay, so now we're getting that Gaynor lit a candle in that church. I'm getting a lot of emotions to say this. She was very anxious, flustered. She didn't really know what to do. It's interesting that 26 breaks down to an 8 as well. That's the last day she was seen. Okay, so yeah, she was anxious while she was waiting. I believe she waited. Now we're getting quite a lot of distractions in this reading. This time it was my battery that died on my camera, so sorry about that everyone. But it's quite interesting when that happens. I mean, it can show when my camera cuts out that spirit's coming through, strongly, which I'm feeling in this reading. There's something about distractions that's coming through as a sign for that to be happening a lot. So a lot of distractions, I feel, in terms of Gaynor's life. things that were going on. In fact, yeah, okay, I'm just being guided to this card. See the two different faces there? Looking different ways. So she was quite distracted, anxious, as it says there. Now, this card also just came out, which is so interesting, isn't it? Because we've got a ring and we've got fire. And if you saw my channeled writing, you'll remember we had a ring of fire and a ring that came through. So there's a clue. And we've got other rings here attached. So this is confirming the other linked cases to this one big ring, this one energy that's holding up this ring here in this card. So the main person, and then other linked cases. Yeah, this person, this energy has gifts. I'm getting there's an eagle there on top of their head, so yeah, that's showing like a higher power coming through. Quite a wealthy person. That looks like it says mutation on the ring. Obviously a sign. We've got some clues. We've got F. There, it's an initial. ATO, that looks like try, so 3, yeah, which we've had here. So that's very interesting, isn't it? And there are also 3 rings there. Wow. So this person at the front, has this big ring, and there are maybe these 2 other energies might be linked in some way with other rings. So I've just clarified this ring. I'd like to know more information about it. And we got the High Priestess, Death, which is quite interesting because the High Priestess speaks of hidden information, secrets, which obviously came out in my channeled writing earlier. But also this energy here, as I said, I picked up on the fact that they have gifts, psychic gifts. So we've got the third eye there being highlighted, and here as well. So they have a secret knowledge as well. In terms of like seeing. This energy in particular does. We've got the initial A coming through. And with death card doesn't always mean end of a life, but we've got the Grim Reaper here. So they cover things up. Is what I'm getting with that ring. They have secret knowledge. It's very interesting that there's water here, and I'm being guided to the water here behind this couple. So we don't even know about this society. It's secret. I did mention them earlier. I've mentioned them in other readings. So there's the link as well to other cases. They do things in the same way. Yes, they do have gifts. But they use them for the wrong reasons. Sorry, I just knocked the camera there, by the way, that was me. But we've got 3 major arcana here as well. So this was sort of quite a big event that happened for them, that they felt they needed to sort of take care of. So yeah, the death, the ending, caused by this energy here, is hidden, and it's linked to a lover. There we're getting our answer. Let's see if we can get anything else with these cards, because these are pretty powerful. Okay, that one really wants to come out. Wow, well, we've got a couple here right away coming out. So there's confirmation again of a meeting that happened. But it's very interesting that she's holding up a mask in front of his face. So she's saying, Gaynor, that is saying, this person wears a mask, there's something hidden inside this person, secrets, but they didn't reveal who they are, so I believe it's that person there that Gaynor met with. And he's holding a mirror in front of her face, so she was a mirror to him, is what we're getting here. That also looks like a bubble at the top there. Wow. Really interesting. So it's like they were in their own little bubble. Karmic connection, I'm getting here. Coming through. Meeting that happened. We've got a few clues. I've just noticed a C there on the wall, and obviously he's wearing a blue scarf, and I'm just seeing the water with that, so a link to this energy and the water, the river where they found Gaynor. With it being around the throat, there's a link there in terms of the throat chakra, what he said, you know, what he commanded, basically, with that, it's a nose. Wow, yeah, and this person's wearing blue. Okay, so see how we get clues in these readings and how we have to piece things together. She's also wearing blue. Interesting. Was Gaynor wearing blue at all? But there's a link with the blue with something that was said, an exchange, a meeting, conversation that happened there, and then this person said, enough. Okay everyone, guess what? My camera cut out just as I was shuffling, but I want to share this card that came through because this is another clue. See, we've got a female here looking through a door, crack in the door. So something that she saw or found out. The arrow pointing at her, so she was the target, and we've even got a 3 there, which is amazing. And with the X, I'm just getting ending with that as well. As our sign, so yeah, something she found out keeps coming through in this reading. We're getting a lot around the backstory, aren't we, and sort of then what happened in this reading. So I'm going to leave that there. I may do another reading in the future if anything else comes through, but I feel we got quite a lot there in terms of clues, links as well to other readings, which is really coming through now in a lot of these channelings that I do. So really hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Let us know in the comments anything that you noticed as well, any signs. A lot of you often notice things after reading, extra things, so you're all very much appreciated. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon.